And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. It's not Fanboy Fridays, but we are going to do a short episode of the Fanboy Files. Now, I don't do the Fanboy Files nearly as often because you guys never have anything new to say. And at some point, it just gets, monotonous to keep on going over your same non-points. You guys are like a joke that gets told too often. It was like, it's funny the first time. But yeah, you guys are the joke that has been told way too many times. However, occasionally I read a comment or I see something and I find a different angle to cover with you guys. So this really isn't about the point. I mean, we're going to discuss what these fanboys have to say, but what this is really about, and you see the title of the video, is that fanboys can't seem to stay on topic. It just is beyond them to be able to do that. Number one is because they react strictly from an emotional place. The minute they see a title that they don't agree with, the minute they hear the first thing in the video that they don't agree with, they just gut reaction, just start typing without thinking at all. It's kind of like, for example, this is fanboy logic. So let's say, for instance, you say to a person, hey, you know what? Those shoes don't go with that outfit you got on, right? Maybe you say something like that. A fanboy's logic will say, hey, these shoes cost $200. These shoes are such and such and such and such, and talk about how great the shoes are. But a fanboy, that's not what we said. We didn't say that the shoes weren't great. We said they don't match the outfit. And so this is what we have here. So we're going to be going over the video I put out yesterday. The video about Scottie Pippen on The Last Dance admitting that Michael Jordan, in fact, is the one who pushed him to greatness. Admitting that Michael Jordan is the one who gave him confidence. These are Scottie Pippen's words. The rest of the team admitted that. BJ Armstrong said Scottie Pippen benefited most from being on a team with Jordan and being pushed by Jordan, because Scottie Pippen had the athleticism, but he didn't have the drive. He didn't have that drive to be the best. And again, this is the most important thing. The drive trumps all. You can have all the athleticism in the world, but if you do not have the drive to maximize it, like LeBron James, like Shaquille O'Neal, like countless others, like Vince Carter, then, what good is the athleticism? So Scottie Pippen admitted this. This is what the video was about, is Scottie Pippen himself saying that Michael Jordan pushed him, that Michael Jordan gave him the confidence, that Michael Jordan is the one who made him understand the importance of being in the gym every single day. This is Scottie Pippen's words. And then, of course, again, we had other teammates chime in. You heard from Phil Jackson on this clip. And yet, all right, let's get into this, people. Let's get into this. Despite the audio evidence of what Scottie Pippen himself was saying, we have fanboy number one, again, 1 through 1,000, you're all the same. You all know this fanboy. He's the fanboy who's constantly trying to put Kobe down. And yeah, he's always coming with the nonsense. But so here's what he says in response to the video. He says, "Bull," and with the SHIT emoji. Pippen took Chicago deeper into the postseason without all capitals, people, all capital, without MJ than MJ ever did without, all capitals again, Pippen. MJ led Chicago in scoring, while Pippen led Chicago in every other category. By the way, who was the one who guarded the opposing team's best offensive player? MJ was a first-round exit before Pippen became an all-star. Facts, all capital again, people, with 3 100 emojis. Clearly, this fanboy gets all his information from Nick Wright. This is very clear. So again, fanboy, first of all, that wasn't the topic of the video. The topic of the video wasn't how far MJ got without Scottie or how far Scottie got without MJ. The topic was Pippen said that MJ is the one who gave him confidence. MJ is the one who pushed him into being a great player. That was the point of the video, is that everyone tries to act like Pippen was some bona fide star when he came into the league that gave Jordan the much needed help. And no, that is not the case. Pippen was just a guy who averaged 8 points a season his first season, and it took playing with Michael Jordan, being pushed by Michael Jordan to create his greatness, to turn him into a top 50 player. It took him being pushed by the player who was relentless in practice, who demanded perfection, who was willing to be confrontational, who was willing to get physical if needed, who was willing to do it all by himself, need be. It took that personality to push Pippen and all of the rest of Michael Jordan's teammates to the level that they were able to reach. It took him pushing Pippen to get him to be a top 50 player, and it took him pushing the rest of his teammates to get them to be as great in their roles as they became. It took him pushing them. It took him pushing Steve Kerr to be able to count on Steve Kerr to hit the shots when needed. John Paxson before Steve Kerr. Again, when I think it was Bobby Hansen who came in after John Paxson, who said Paxson told him, hey, here's some advice. If MJ passes it to you, don't miss, because you won't get it back. Now, some might hear that and say, oh, what a terrible thing. But what it really is accountability. He's saying MJ is depending on you to be able to do your job. And if you are someone who I depend on to hit the open shots, I need to be able to depend on you to do that. In other words, if you can't do it, you better fix it. If you can't do it now, you better be working hard in practice to fix it. This is holding people accountable. So again, fanboy, the video wasn't about who was able to do what without the other. It wasn't about how far MJ got without Pippen or how far Pippen got with MJ without MJ. The video was about how did Pippen get to become a great player? This is what's important, fanboy. How did Pippen get to become a great player? And the reason why that is important, because we cannot say that LeBron has done that for anybody. LeBron has only won, fanboy, with players who were already great in their own right, with players who were already great before LeBron ever came along. Your D Wades, your Chris Boshes, your Ray Allens, your Kyrie Irvings, your Kevin Loves, your Anthony Davises were already great. Not to mention the long list of players LeBron James has tried to recruit that it just didn't happen. I mean, let's get for real here. So this is the point, is that MJ turned someone who had, yes, he had athletic ability, and he turned this player into a top 50 player that you fanboys then try to turn around and throw it in his face, when the reality is, had Pippen went to another team that didn't have someone demanding like MJ, with Pippen's nonchalant attitude, with Pippen's mentality that didn't have that drive to be the best, we all might not know Pippen. Or like I've said in other videos, maybe he would have wound up being around like some Eddie Jones type player or something like that, you know. But yeah, we would not be heaping praise upon Pippen had he not played with Michael Jordan. And secondly, let's go ahead and address the BS that you said about Jordan without Pippen. I think we've established, I think everyone who follows basketball enough knows that you have to have some help to win. So again, if you really had a point, then it would only be valid if Pippen came in and immediately made an impact. It would only be valid if Pippen came in and immediately made an impact. If Pippen got drafted and immediately the Bulls took off, then maybe you would have a point about how important Pippen was. But the fact that that's not what happened makes my point, is that Pippen was still worthless until he was built up by Michael Jordan, fanboy. And let's go ahead and talk about Jordan's first retirement. Fanboy, see, here's what making people better actually does. Again, I've said this many times over and over. LeBron James, they claim he makes people better. However, they also want to point out how teams fall apart when he left, which there's many reasons for that, including the fact that LeBron James just tends to leave teams in shambles because he's going to make you trade away your future. But outside of that, the reasons teams fall apart is because LeBron James hasn't actually taught the team anything. Michael Jordan's teammates actually learned from playing with Michael Jordan. They learned how to be intense on the court. They learned how to put in 100% effort all the time. They learned some of that killer mentality that Michael Jordan had. So when Michael Jordan retired the first time, they were all still running off of what they had learned about winning from Michael Jordan. This is what you call when people actually have learned something. Then you actually have something that can bring you success in the future. Fanboy, I would like to think that this is easy, that this is easy to understand, but I know that whatever I say to you is getting lost in the sea of emotions that you are having because you're trying to just think of ways to I think this particular fanboy, he tries to act like he's not a LeBron James fanboy, but he very much is, because he always has something to say. He's a LeBron James fanboy, and I would say even more than that, he's a Kobe Bryant hater for sure. Again, he's always bringing up Kobe when no one brings up Kobe. He has something to say about Kobe. But yeah, so fanboy, when you actually learn something, that means you have learned something that will help you be successful in the future. This is why the Bulls still won 55 games when Michael Jordan retired the first year. But you see, by the second year, Scottie Pippen was pointing at his shoes, begging Michael Jordan to come back. Anyway, let's move on to fanboy number one. I think I'm gonna just start calling all of you fanboy number one. There's no need to distinguish between any of you for any reason. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Classic fanboy. He says, why pit people of color against each other in most of the professional/amateur leagues? Now, I'm trying to figure out a way to rationalize what he's saying, to say, hey, maybe this was supposed to be some joke or something. But fanboy, let me read this again for everybody. Why pit people of color against each other in most of the professional / amateur league? Hey, fanboy, you do know what sports is, right? Sports is exactly pitting people against each other. That's exactly what sports is. Sports is competition, fanboy. I mean, yeah. Well, what else can we say about this? Let's move on. Okay. Let's see here. I know it was one more. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Another fanboy, number 1. And he says Michael Jordan's regular season record without Scottie Pippen as a teammate is 182 and 228 with 2 first-round sweeps. A gentleman's sweep in the first round. With Scottie Pippen, he's never had a losing season or missed the playoffs. Men and women versus the numbers. You guys are truly a headache. You guys, I like you really felt like you said something significant with putting that record up there again. First of all, let's talk about this. Michael Jordan definitely has had the hardest road of, I would say, any champion. Michael Jordan actually did what LeBron James could have done. Michael Jordan actually took a team that was full of nobodies, so to speak, and I don't want to call them nobodies, but took a very unsuccessful Bulls team to a dynasty. This is what Michael Jordan did. And it is funny, I really don't even really understand how you fanboys even bring up Scottie Pippen. When your king is not only the king of shortcuts, but he is also the king of help. I'm trying to figure out a way to rationalize how you guys think. Like, you keep bringing up this one player, Scottie Pippen, one player, one all-star for his entire career, with 2 3-peats, 6 championships. With this one player, Scottie Pippen, again, and I've already explained, the video was about the fact that Jordan had to build Scottie Pippen up. Scottie Pippen admitted this, fanboy. But you guys keep bringing up this one player when, again, the amount of help that your king has had is unfathomable. But even on top of that, the amount of people he has tried to play with. I mean, he's tried to play with Kawhi Leonard. He's tried to play with Paul George and Chris Paul. I mean, really, he tried to play with Carmelo Anthony. Is there any superstar in the league that LeBron James hadn't tried to play with? How about we start there? Fanboy, type it in the comments. This would be the better list. We need to stop listing the amount of people LeBron James has played with and has tried to play with. It probably would be quicker to make a list of people, of superstars who he hadn't tried to recruit at some point. This is completely ridiculous. Like, that you guys keep on bringing up one player, Scottie Pippen. One player, Scottie Pippen. When your king has had exponential help. And not only has he had exponential help, but he is constantly begging for more help. I mean, this is really, I don't know what to say. And you fanboys will be the first to say, oh, well, championships are a team accomplishment. and then you try to punish Michael Jordan for actually making his team work. He made his team work. That's what Michael Jordan did. He made the pieces that they gave him work. Again, Jerry Krause is highly overrated for this simple fact. The only reason those pieces work is because he was bringing them to a team that had Michael Jordan on it. No Michael Jordan, you don't get a top 50 Scottie Pippen. You don't get Steve Kerr that everybody keeps, oh, well, Michael Jordan passed John Paxson and Steve Kerr. You don't get role players who have monumental moments in these crucial playoff series. And one thing, let me go ahead and bring this up. Since we're here, we about to wrap this video up. But another thing that people keep, to defend the indefensible king that they like to bring up, because LeBron James has passed in so many instances where he should have took the shot if he was really that guy. Then they like to bring up, well, Michael Jordan passed to Steve Kerr and John Paxson. First of all, both times Michael Jordan passed, if those guys didn't make that shot, the series wasn't over. The series wasn't over if those guys didn't make that shot. LeBron James passes with the series on the line. With the series on the line. Okay. I think we've had enough. You fanboys, like I said, you guys are the joke that has been told way too many times. But it's interesting to try to figure out how you guys think and how you guys miss the point. Not only the point of the video so many times, but just the point of the things that you guys say just don't add up. Again, like I said, you guys, you bring up non-basketball things. Someone can say, hey, that shirt you got on, it doesn't match the pants. And then you'll start talking about how much the shirt costs. Okay, well, we weren't talking about how much the shirt costs. We were saying that it didn't match the pants that you have on. But this is how you guys this is how your mind thinks, because it's completely led by emotion. But anyway, fanboys, like I said, you'll continue to be entertainment for us all. And but we gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. At this point, I don't even know if it's worth discussing the actual things that they say, but it's more interesting to me the fact that how they can miss the complete point. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.